Willie. One-eyed Willie.
Good sounds rolling.
You are now tapped in with Through My Eyes with One Eye.
One-eyed Willie.
Through my eyes with one eye. The world, it was podcast.
Hey, this your boy Ill Will. Make sure y'all tap into the world's of this podcast.
Yo, what up, everybody, and welcome back to Up Late at Night with 25/8 Networks. It's your boy, One-Eyed Willie, and tonight, for episode 10, the last episode of 2023, I got my man Prodigy Tha Kid in the building. Everybody, make sure y'all give my man Prodigy a warm welcome, and tap into the show. We're going to talk to him, see what's been going on, see what's popping, and where y'all can catch him at in the future. What up, Prodigy? How you been doing?
Good, man. Holiday season, just living life, sick and time with family, all that good stuff,
Yeah, man. So Christmas just passed. How was your Christmas holiday, man?
It was solid, I'm broke because I'm paying for a wedding. So it's like, gifts aren't going around as usual, but I mean, it was good though. It was a good
so
time.
wedding coming up, 2024?
Yes, sir. June.
Okay.
It's been a journey, yeah.
Oh man, that's what's up, man. Well, congratulations on that.
Thank you.
Hope you enjoy the merry life. And welcome to the club.
Yeah, thank you, man. Yeah, I'm excited, man.
Man, no doubt about it. So give everybody, the people who are listening, the people who are viewing this episode, give them a brief background on who you are, where you're from, and what you currently do on the hip hop scene.
Yeah, well, I go by the name of Prodigy Tha Kid, born and raised Louisville, Kentucky. Been really all around Louisville. I've been rapping since I was 11 years old. Been doing this for 10 years now. Really just been doing what I love on the music thing, studying the greats, trying to be the greats. So, been doing that for a while now, and every year has just been some type of elevation. We just performed at Headliners earlier this month, and next year's shows are looking crazy because of that.
That's what's up.
Can't get into detail now, but yeah, really excited, man. I'm just out here doing what I do, really.
Man, that's what's up, man. Trying to connect the dots. That's how I kind of look at it, man. Just continuously working, trying to connect the dots, trying to make something happen.
Right.
Now, I've seen you at multiple events, John Woo's, Producer's Corner, but I think we officially met during the Nappy Roots album release party.
Yeah.
While you were there, man, talk to me or tell me about your experience being there with such a large group and artists of that type, artists of that caliber.
Yeah, I mean, so my mom had this Mazda when we were growing up, when I was growing up, and we had a couple CDs. So it was usually some type of Eminem album. Who else was like early 2000s? Akon, had Akon, and then Nappy Roots.
Okay.
So I had Watermelon Chicken and Grits on CD, and we would just ride around Louisville listening to that. So I really grew up on Nappy Roots, and 20-something, years later, like Woo texted me and he's like, "Yo, I'm gonna invite you to this event. Come on out." And I'm like, "Bro, I get to meet Nappy Roots. This is dope." And I get there, it's super vibes all around, drinks going all around. Woo's trying to make me buy him a shot. I was like, all right, whatever, I'll do it. And and yeah, it was fun, man. I met you. I met all the Nappy Roots. They were showing mad love. Buffalo Style is one of the most energetic people I've ever met, and that was super fun. And they really showed love. They tapped in with my music after that, and it's been history ever since. I met Norman Sand there, big TikTok dude. I don't know if you've heard of him.
Yeah, I was rapping with him. Yeah.
So me and him have been chopping it up. So that night has really just led to a multitude of relationships and stuff, and we're here now because of it. So
making it happen.
Yeah,
definitely. That's definitely dope. So a couple of things that I take away from that. One, I went to school at Western Kentucky University, so Nappy Roots, Bowling Green. A lot of those guys was down there. Shout out to Big V. Shout out to all of those guys who've been doing their thing as far as representing Nappy Roots. Then Flo You know what I mean? He was there. Videographer Flo actually.
I think I met him there too.
Who actually shoots the show. He was there, but on top of that, he ended up shooting a commercial for that beer that they had with the watermelon. I think it was the watermelon flavor.
Damn, my guy, that's all.
So so shout out to Flo, man. Everybody, make sure y'all give a round of applause. He's definitely out here representing, doing his thing too. So you kind of spoke on Christmas, but before we're gonna get back to Christmas.
Okay.
Let me ask you this. Explain to us where the name Prodigy came from, what it stands for, and what it represents.
Yeah, so like I said, I've been rapping since I was 10, 11 years old. So Prodigy the Kid was not the first name I had.
Uh-huh.
For people that do know what my first rap name was, congratulations. I'm not gonna say it, but
y'all gotta let us know.
But
hit my inbox.
Yeah, once I got to like 8th grade freshman year, that name was really corny. And at that time, this was 2015, 2016 when I was a freshman. There was Rich the Kid, Chance the Rapper, all these other people. And I'm like, all right, so Tyler the Creator, like all these the whoever. And I was like, all right, well, I don't know if I want my like government name out there. People are weirdos, whatever. But I was like, all right, so I grew up listening to Mobb Deep. My mom grew up,
Shook ones.
Bro, I really feel like my mom was like, I mean, she's like a Donda West to me, obviously, but like she really like helped my confidence as a person and as a rapper. So she would just be going around calling me like Lotus Flower. It's like a flower that grows from the mud, stuff like that. So it's like, and then she would call me Prodigy. She's like, you are a prodigy, like just a walking prodigy. I was like, you know what? I grew up listening to Prodigy. I was like, I want to make this like a tribute towards him because I think he had died around that time too.
Okay, yeah. And
so I was like, all right, so Prodigy the Kid. It's like the kid. I am a kid. You know, it was at the time. It was like it's real. It's simple, but it was just like that's what it was. How I felt at the time, and it's really stuck ever since. People call me PTK. People I grew up with before I was ever Prodigy the Kid, they call me PTK. So it's like it just stuck.
It stuck with you.
So.
That's how it is, man. Kind of like what happened with Ill Will. So Ill Will, for me, kind of like stuck. So I always had been Ill Will, and then it kind of like transformed into the whole One Eye Willie thing. So I understand exactly where you're coming from with that. Now, back to the Christmas thing. I was reading earlier, and it talked about how like all of these Christmas songs have been charting on the Billboard 100s. Mariah Carey, of course, was #1 on that. She always do her thing around the Christmas time.
Every time.
But as I was looking, Jack Harlow was on there for Lovin' On Me.
It's my favorite Christmas song.
And he landed at #6. So what's your thoughts on Jack Harlow and that latest track that he released, that Lovin' On Me?
Yeah, Jack, I mean, I grew up listening to Jack. I was in middle school listening to Handsome Harlow, you know, stuff like that. So, I mean, I think it's super dope for most people that knew of him before he blew up just to watch the progress. Because Tiller kind of just happened, you know. When Static and Player were going around, shout out to Smokey and all them. There wasn't like, I mean, I wasn't even born for real, but it was like social media wasn't that big of a thing, so nobody's able to see like the true progress of something. Tiller just kind of happened overnight for us. I mean, some people know. I mean, people were around when he was dropping Killer Instinct and stuff, but like it wasn't as big of a like viewable progress as Jack's was. And you know, seeing him at Sway in the morning with like glasses on and stuff, just to where he is now, super dope. Big inspiration for a lot of artists. I think he's an inspiration for me. I went to high school with Clay, his brother, so me and him, you know, cool homies, you know. So yeah, I really do like the new song.
Right. No, it's definitely dope. I like it.
It's catchy.
It's catchy. It's definitely catchy, and so I can understand it most definitely being on those charts.
Right.
Well, not only was his song on the charts, but do you follow B-Dot from Rap Radar?
I know who he is. I don't know if I follow him. I don't really keep up on socials, but
so B-Dot always drops his
like top 10 songs,
rap albums of the year, and Jackman actually made B-Dot's list. I want to say it was like Larry June was on there, Killer Mike was on there, a few other people was on there, but it was interesting to see Jack Harlow on there as well. talk about your favorite album of 2023, because you know how they talked about how rap had been declining, like 40% in sales, so on and so forth. What's your album of the year?
Man, I listen to a lot of music, but Jackman was one of my favorite albums this year for sure. I think that's his best project.
Okay.
He was like rapping. I said, yeah, just like from seeing the beginning till now, it's like, yeah, I mean that's a top tier album for him for sure. Killer Mike's album is phenomenal. That might be my favorite album of the year in terms of rap. I don't know. I can't think of it off the top of my head. I would have to like look at my library, but Killer Mike's up there for sure. Who else dropped this year?
What about that Andre 3000?
The Flute album?
Yeah.
I didn't make it past track 3, but it was super dope. You know, I liked it. I like the experiment, you know, and I watch all the interviews, like, you know, he's in good spirits, and like that's what I care about. I grew up on Outkast, so it's like just seeing that he's making music the way he wants to, not what he's like wanting to cater to us. I think that's dope for any artist to do. So shouts out to Andre 3000. His verse on Killer Mike's album was phenomenal too.
Yeah, he definitely went in on that. That's definitely on the playlist.
Yeah, it's crazy. So I would say Killer Mike's up there. Utopia was really solid too. I really like Travis. That album's like real concise. I really like the way it flows. So yeah, those are up there for sure.
A lot of people hasn't really talked about it, but I like the Meek and Rick Ross album. I thought that was pretty dope. I wouldn't probably put it up there with one of those top tier albums like that, but they were really rapping, and hear them coming back spitting like that was dope. Now, one more last thing about Jack Harlow. He utilizes a lot of individuals in the local community, you know, from producers, engineers, so on and so forth. How important is it for Prodigy Tha Kid to bring his homeboys and his day one homies along on this journey as well?
I mean, yeah, it's always... I don't think there's no one man army, right? I mean, so even on that type of side of the fence where it's like you can't do it yourself, one, but two, like I think we grew up in a city that's like real cliquey. Like people love to just get real cliquey, and it's like if we're able to break those barriers down, I think Louisville has the potential to be the next Atlanta. We have so much talent, we have so much knowledge out here that people know, but it's like there's a lot of gatekeeping, and people are like trying to keep away from each other and just kind of fight for their own food. But it's like we could all eat at the same table. Yeah. So for me, it's like I just started a collective called Save the Kids this year. Jordan Brooks, Ty, Vibe Like Ty, Yario Official, Sam, Newbie, a lot of dope artists. I think they're phenomenal. I think they're some of the greatest artists and writers that I've ever seen do what they do at a top tier level, and we're able to share opportunities together, and it's really helped achieve our life goals and dreams just in the past year. So it's like, for me, it's really important, because who am I to be like, if I was able to get to a certain level of status like Jack, who am I to be like, nah, y'all can't get here? Like, I was looking up to him. I was looking up to Tiller. I was looking up to Static and Playa. And it's like, so who am I to say like, nah, y'all just stay down there? So for me, it's like, if I see talent, I want to be involved with it. I'm not going to like sit here and act like I'm better than no man, like on a personal level. You know, on a rap level, like we can have that discussion. But when it comes to like one-on-one, like just personal level or just even business, it's like, bro, if you're dope, you're dope. Like, and if you want to work and you're able to work together with me, then let's do it. There's no limits to it. So it's really important to me for sure.
Now, you spoke about how you've been creating music since you were 11, so over the past 10 years. Some of your most notable tracks will be like Modelo, No Fear, and Overthinking. Tell us about those tracks and how they showcase who Prodigy Tha Kid is as an artist and just as a human being.
Right. Yeah, Modelo, still my biggest song to this day, came out during the pandemic. And that song's crazy because that was my first, I would say that was my first hit. And I never knew it until it happened, you know? And so like, I think that I recorded it early January. My birthday is like late January. I had a party and I performed it. And I was looking out and there was people that knew the lyrics to the song and it wasn't even out. And I was like, did it get leaked somewhere or something? So I was like, all right, put it out that spring. You know, everybody's in the house. Streams are running up. It's probably at like 50,000 somewhere now. I haven't really kept up, but like, it's just a good, party feel good song, and then Overthinking, that's like a real like introspective lyrical joint with Sam Newby. And we shot the video at Chef's Cut, one of my favorite
piece of spot.
Man, yeah. Shout out to Chef, that's my guy. But yeah, it was just dope. Like, those are moments. And then Caleb Mitchell on No Fear, he was one of my favorite artists growing up. To get him on a song and just kind of lyrically spar with him was super dope for me. And I think those 3 songs just show the versatility. It's like I can do party songs if I want to. I can be lyrical if I want to, or I can just like spar out with another, top tier lyricist. It's like I can be introspective, whatever. So I think all those songs that you mentioned really just like show the versatility that I have as an artist for sure.
Now on the song Overthinking, you say I've been rapping for 10 years. I just made 10,000, and then you kind of left that open ending whether that was 10,000 stream, not 10,000, made 100,000, and you kind of left it open ended like 100,000 streams, $100,000.
Right.
You want to give us some insight, kind of like break it, or you want to leave that open? Keep it open-ended?
For the sake of the art, I'll keep it open. For the sake of this interview, I mean, I started off saying I was broke, so I mean, you take that how you want to take it, but I've definitely cracked 100,000 streams for sure. So okay. I mean, I think the other end of that discussion is around the corner, but you just got to put the work in to see.
It's definitely coming. It's coming
for sure.
In 2023, earlier this year, you dropped 10-Year Rookie.
Yeah.
Talk about the producers, the features, and so on, and just the overall about the project.
Yeah, man, 10-Year Rookies, that was such a time in my life, man. My homie Audie produced like 14 out of the 16 tracks. Me and him have been working together since 2019. I think he's the greatest producer of all time. No bias. I don't care what anybody has to say about it. I've seen that man do things that nobody could ever do in my eyes. So, that was me and him really just going. The whole point of 10-Year Rookie was me trying to prove a point, saying like, I can do what your favorite rapper can do, but better. So can my producers, so can my engineers, so can these people that I know that are going to hop on these features. And I think we did that pretty well. And obviously that came with some negative feedback, but it's like, that's what led us down to the new album. But, yeah, it was just a dope moment in time. We worked on that album for 2 years. I've never worked on an album for that long. It was always like 6 months to a year, and it was out.
Okay.
And so 10-Year Rookie was a moment because it was like I got some of my favorite artists on there. My homie Fortunate, he had just got signed to Sony, and he was able to get on the album, and that was dope. Knox was on there too. He's a super dope artist. Trying to think who else. I don't know off the top of my head, but it's one of my favorite pieces of art to this day, and I think it's just a fun little album, man. So it was dope for sure.
And it did 10K streams in 2 days.
Yeah.
What was the marketing and advertising plan behind that?
So really, the story of 10-Year Rookie was like, it was the least conscious album I had, but it was still a storyline to it, and it was like 2013 and 2023 are essentially the same year. There's a blurred line that people can't really see yet, but I get drafted in the 2013 NBA draft, and then, it's current day though. And so like I started off promoting, just posting like Allen Iverson highlights on my Instagram, like Dwayne Wade, all these rookie season highlights of these people. And it was kind of cryptic and people were trying to figure it out, and that was cool. But really, it was just, man, every time you saw me outside, if I wasn't at work or at church, I was in a jersey. And so, like, that was the whole goal. It was like, all right, I need to market myself by, if somebody sees me in a jersey, they know exactly what it's for and why I'm doing it. And it was like, so I did that for probably like 6 months. When I was in the studio, I was in like full basketball outfits. And like, we would turn on like Michael Jordan highlights and stuff. So it was like everything basketball. Cause when I started making music, I was playing basketball. And so I was either going to do basketball or do music. And I ended up doing music because I wasn't that good at basketball, but I would still beat anybody one-on-one. So,
yeah, you a hooper?
We'll let the ball talk, but, highlights coming soon.
What's up?
But yeah, like
I'll take you out there on the 3-point line any day, though.
I don't know. Right. I don't know, Willie.
All right.
We'll see. You got a court out here?
I got a goal out there, but we can go to a real gym.
All right.
We'll set it up. We shoot
set
the volleyball line. Not 3-point volleyball, though.
All right, we'll set it up. But yeah, basically just everything for the love of basketball and the love of rap. Just try to form it into one and, present it to the world in that way. So that's basically what it was, man.
That's dope right there. There are a lot of artists in Kentucky that are on the rise. Who is Prodigy Tha Kid checking for, and who are you wanting to work with that you have not worked with just yet?
Right. That's good, man. My boy Dunleavy in the building. I've worked with him for years, but he's doing a rebranding. You might have known him as YBT, your boy Trent, but now he's on a new journey.
Okay.
What he's got in the vault is insane. Got
to come through and tap in with us.
Oh yeah, we'll get him back here. Horace Gaither, I worked with him in high school, and we haven't really crossed paths since, but that's my guy, and we've been talking more, so we want to do some more stuff. Alan Weiss, Dave Will, Chris, all those dudes I look up to. Polaroid Play, First Shift, all the Save the Kids, like I said, Jordan Brooks, Ty, Vibe Like Ty, Yariel, Sam Newby. Really, I'm looking for anybody, man. Whoever's dope, like, I want to work with you, and I'll reach out to you every time that I think you're dope.
So if you dope, tap in, man. Make sure y'all come get that feature with Prodigy Tha Kid.
Yes,
man.
sir.
I Can't Please Everybody. Now, that was your most recent project.
Yeah.
What was the feel for this album when you dropped it?
Man, so when 10 Year Rookie came out, the aftermath and the feedback of it was like starting to like bleed into personal life. And I never had my artist life and personal life just clash so heavily, at that point. And at that point it happened. And it was just getting in the way of like personal things, like, certain, events or just certain relationships. It was just like, man, like people just really got in their feelings about what I had to say. And really, it was just me just being confident and, showing my skill set and my skill level, not trying to offend nobody. But because if you know me as a person, it's like, man, I'm not trying to piss nobody off. I'm not trying to make anybody upset. I'm not trying to offend anybody. And so at that point, I was at this crossroads where it was like, man, like, I either got to do it for myself fully or like not do it for me at all. And it was like, well, I'm never going to not do it for me. Like, I'm more than grateful that my music has impacted people in such a positive way. But if it impacts you in a negative way, it's not really my issue, because there's people out here are, telling me like how their lives have been changed by my music. And it's like, so who am I to stop for those people? Even if it's 2 people out of 10,000 people that listen to me, who am I to stop? And so like, it was just like a couple of negative comments that were really just getting to me, on a mental level, getting in the way of certain, doorways I was trying to get through. And I just kind of sat there and realized like, man, I can't please everybody. And when I finally thought of that title, it was just like fireworks just went off. It was like, yeah, like you can't please everybody. Nobody's perfect. Nobody's going to be able to like make everybody satisfied. It's never been the case. Drake is the second biggest artist in the world, and he's like, it's like 50-50 with the world. It's like you either love him or hate him. And it was like, when you look at that, it's like, all right, like if I'm trying to be the biggest thing out here, or even if I'm not going to be able to please everybody. And I kind of put my heart and soul onto that whole 10 tracks. Mm-hmm. And so that's kind of what I talk about on the album, is just where my mindset was at that time. So
right. Now, a tour also came with that, and you just recently spoke about how y'all tore down headliners. Mm-hmm. You have some more events coming up in 2024. Let the people know where they can catch you out on tour in well, you can't speak about those things.
There's things that, yeah.
Okay, so you can't really speak on them. Just know that you can catch Prodigy Tha Kid in 2024 on some show days. So if you missed those show days, make sure that you follow him on Instagram and all of the socials, so that way you can tap in. Sure. So let everybody know where they can find you on the socials, so they can make sure that they're following and keep up to date with what you got going on.
Yeah, Prodigy Tha Kid, at Prodigy Tha Kid, Prodigy THA Kid on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter. I don't really go on Twitter anymore, but I know it's valuable. John Woo's gonna get on me for this and say, "Hey, you need to start getting on Twitter." But whatever, Threads, whatever else is on there. Follow me on Spotify. Add my music on Apple Music, YouTube. Go check us out. Really, I'm everywhere. So, yeah,
man, that's what's up, man. So more coming from you in the future.
Oh yeah, we got some merch lined up, and like I said, we got a big tour. I like I said, I can't talk about it, but I will say the last person to do anything that I'm about to do next year was Jack.
Okay.
Anything like that was Jack. So that's all I'll say.
Man, that's what it is. This is episode 10 on Up Late at Night with 25/8 Networks. Here in the studio with my man Prodigy Tha Kid. Make sure y'all tap in. Make sure y'all follow him. Make sure y'all follow us on social media too. And keep spreading the word and keep spreading this content out there. Thank y'all for tapping in, and we'll be back 2024. Again, it's your host, One Eye Willie.
New album, I Can't Please Everybody, out now on all platforms. This beat is produced by Audie. Let's get it. I can't sip on no low bows with people with low goals who send me some subliminal low blows and closed doors. They ain't hand me down bros clothes or sleep on the cold flows while I was up writing on cold flows and designing my logos. All they trying to do is just poke holes. That's not what I'm here for. That's why I stay solo. They so low. Dissing in my mentions but still posting up photos like we bros and not foes. On this cold journey, it's been a cold battle. That's why I stopped depending on men and went to the chapel. Living life with uncertainty, that was hard to grapple. They tried to put me down under, they hit me with the scalpel. And all I heard was babbling this brand new Babylon. Forging the fires of Avalon, but God helped me through the fire like I'm Shaka Khan. So when I shock a con artist, don't go acting hard. I'm backing off and I'm laying my life down at the cross. Through all the pain and all the loss, I got my battle scars. But them scars show me that there's healing involved. I had to weigh out on my thoughts and just cast it on the Holy Father. Look, verses versatile like Al Pacino. Albums made by Prodigy Tarantino. Rapper's career short, Dan DeVito. I got plenty of tricks under my Borsalino. Come to my city, they scratching quarters on keynotes. Doing numbers off the notes app, these here are keynotes. Been swimming with the sharks, now I'm chilling like Dan Marino. There shall not be no peepholes, I got the steamroll. Trying to start problems, best believe the whole team roll. We don't wanna hear that we-oh, Bobby Valentino. Yo, son real destino, para mis latinos. Eso ganglingo, make the C-notes across the board like we play bingo. Know the Chico, know the lingo, then you live to see Domingo. This dominion from the Lord, he granted me at the steeple. I'm top uno through cinco, we carry drums like we Ringo. Most of my dogs don't got a license, but brutal like O. Rodrigo. Facing sour when the beat go off. They say no finito. I'm a gorilla with the paper. They try and leash me. They mosquitoes. They can't reach me. Incognito. Can't get past me like a veto. They should know I'm one in a million like Aaliyah and Neo. I'm back for the people who never thought my ego could be so Paquito. Killing the game this time around, Despacito. I ain't changed the rhyme yet. I can't go easy on you weak hoes. If you ain't got 6 albums in the vault, then we do not compete, bro. Save the kids all year.